Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Riot Alien. Today I'm going to teach you how to landscape. And now, I know this looks really complex. Well, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe this is Good Times with Scar or like B-dubs or something in the audience. In that case, thank you for teaching me about half these techniques. Anyway. So you have to start with, I thought I did time-lapse of this, by the way. I was so wrong. This is the second time I've failed to record the time-lapse. Well, the first time I accidentally deleted it, and the second time, yeah, I just forgot to hit record. And at this point, I'm not going to spend another 5 hours doing something like that. This only took 3 hours, 3.5 maybe. But, yeah, I'm not going to spend another few hours doing something like this. Anyway, to start, just kind of the stone. So you gotta just bend it up, like inwards and up, if you want a cliff face. If you want a mountain, then if I just kind of take some of this here, so first you just kind of have to lay out a little bit of a framework. I like to do this so that you know where you're going to build. And then you kind of raise up the middle bits so that they will rise higher. And then you can do stuff like this, and it starts to look great, right? Just build it up. It just slowly slopes up and eventually creates like a cool little plateau of a hill. Or you can put it at a sharp point, in which case you would put some snow on top. But demonstration aside, after you put the stone on, you're going to want to layer some dirt and coarse dirt on top of that and drape it over the sides in a similar way to how you built this up or built that up, except downwards. It should sort of follow the shape of the landscape. And another good tip, if you have something like this where it's kind of sticking down, try not to have this. Try to like make these 2 points not be the same height. It looks a little more natural, a little better, because it adds a little more variation to the build. And same with the stone, try not to get any two things that are next to each other on the same level. You can, but just don't do it often. And after you have that base element, another important thing, well, it's not important, you can have it, you cannot have it, but a river or a shoreline or something like that is typically what you would find a cliff like this on. So, building a beach out front, this is a very crude beach. I could have probably done better than that, and probably will if I ever have to do this at some point. Or, I might not, because I might just ignore the beach entirely. Well, in exchange for the naturally generated one. And, yeah, then you got all of your abiotic factors in. Now, what about the plants? Because you see, there's all these plants, it looks so diverse. Well, here's the thing. These are all just jungle trees mixed in with a few custom trees. And then sprinkle some bamboo, bushes, and ferns through there, plus a few patches of leaves. And it starts to look a whole lot more full. And if you don't really want anyone to go back here, you don't have to put anything but the bamboo back here, because only the bamboo peeks over the top. From the ground, all anyone's going to see is that front row. So the front row is all you really need to do. So just a little tip on saving resources and time. And over here by the shoreline is also some deb bushes, some sugarcane, and all the nice stuff you want. Oh, and probably should give a little tutorial on custom trees while I'm at it, just to reach 10 minutes. So, for palm trees, you're going to want to go up like this, put some slabs here, go up a little more, and you can stop there, but sometimes you might just want to go up even further, and then you build a little bit of a cross here, place this in the middle, and then you build a layer there, and you know, make it radially symmetrical. It's how I did mine, but you know, they can be not radial symmetrical. Actually, how would that look? How good would that look if I made them non-radially symmetrical? Okay, I recommend no longer than 2 for each of those side lengths. Yeah, so, you know, some of them can curve in a bit if you want that. But most of the time, and sometimes they do curve in like that in nature, but most of the time you're gonna want it to spread out like this, because most leaves on the same tree are the same size and typically go in the same general directions. So yeah, just have that radial symmetry there. Then do a little bit of this. Also, I may not know anything about what I'm talking about, because half these techniques are self-taught. If you want like a thorough tutorial type thing, I recommend Good Times with Scar or one of those other hermit crafters, because I pale in comparison to them, really. And boom, you got your palm tree. Oops, boom, palm tree. Now for other trees, just get some jungle, get the wood specifically, get some leaves. Now, just place something like a shaft in the middle first. And then place some roots down by the bottom. And this is a relatively boring process, so this may take me a couple seconds too. Yeah, just put some roots down there and just go up in the logical patterns, and it'll create a cool pattern. Well, not a pattern, but it'll, you know, make the base of the tree a little thicker, and you're just gonna kind of want to skinny it up a bit. And then you're gonna want to create the branches by doing something like that. And they don't have to all be at the same level, depending on what kind of tree you're doing. Some trees, they have them all at the top. Some trees, they have a range of them going around. You know, it just depends on the tree. And back to the tutorial. Yeah, you can stop there. You can keep going up layer by layer if you want. I typically stop at 2 or 3 layers, but you can do as many layers as you like. And depending on the tree, it'll get smaller. Well, sometimes it'll just kind of flatten out like this. Sometimes it'll go up and out and then back in again, taper to a point. Many trees have many different types of leaves. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and please join my Discord. I'll leave a link in the comments and a link in the description. We have plenty of community, and it's likely you'll be the first actual person who's not one of my IRL friends there. So please join, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll be building Reddit Island.